My beloved child, there are moments in life that seem ordinary while they are happening, yet they quietly become unforgettable chapters in someone else's heart. Today, you are here for a reason, and this message is about one of those moments. Don't skip, because every sentence is leading to something important. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason this title found you today. Somewhere, a person still remembers the very first day your paths crossed. Time has moved forward, seasons have changed, conversations have come and gone, but that first meeting has never completely disappeared from their heart. They may have smiled since then, they may have faced countless distractions, but whenever they pause for even a moment, their memory quietly returns to that single beginning. It was not simply about seeing you. It was about feeling something they could not explain. They noticed details they never expected to remember. The way you carried yourself. The atmosphere that surrounded that moment. Even the smallest expressions became permanent in their memory without them realizing it. They never planned to remember those tiny details, yet somehow they remained. Isn't it strange how life works? Hundreds of people can pass through someone's day, yet only one meeting refuses to fade. That is why you must not skip this message. Every word is revealing another hidden piece of the story. Stay till the end because the biggest revelation has not arrived yet. What they felt on that first day was not loud or dramatic. It was quiet, unexpected, and impossible to describe. At first, they ignored it. They convinced themselves it was only another ordinary encounter. But days became weeks, weeks became months, and somehow that memory continued returning without invitation. Every familiar place reminded them of that first meeting. Every unexpected coincidence made them wonder if life was trying to tell them something they had overlooked. They never admitted this to everyone around them because some feelings are difficult to explain, especially when they arrive without warning. Yet deep inside, they carried that memory like a page they refused to tear out of their life story. There were moments when they tried to move forward without thinking about it, but the memory quietly returned during peaceful evenings, silent mornings, or ordinary days when they least expected it. They asked themselves why that first meeting still mattered after so much time. The answer never came immediately, but their heart continued searching. Don't skip now. Stay with this message because something huge is waiting for you. The reason may surprise you more than you expect. Sometimes the greatest moments are not recognized while they happen. They reveal their importance much later, when life connects pieces that once seemed unrelated. That first meeting became one of those moments. They may never have spoken about it openly, yet it continued shaping their thoughts in ways they never imagined. Even today, certain words, certain places, or certain memories quietly bring your image back into their mind. They wonder what would have happened if they had understood the importance of that first meeting sooner. They wonder whether that ordinary day was actually the beginning of something much greater than either of you realized. And as you continue listening, another hidden truth is about to unfold. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next part will reveal why that unforgettable first meeting continues to hold a place in their heart even now. The next part of this story reveals something that almost nobody expects, so don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The memory of your first meeting did not remain alive because of a grand event. It survived because of a feeling that refused to disappear. Long after that day ended, this person found themselves comparing every new experience with that very first moment. They never intended to do it, yet their heart kept returning to the same memory. It became the silent standard against which every other connection was measured. They may have laughed with other people, shared conversations, and continued with everyday life, but something about that first meeting quietly remained unmatched. That is why they still remember it today. There was one small detail from that day that they have never completely forgotten. It was not something expensive, dramatic, or impossible. It was something so simple that almost anyone else would have overlooked it. Yet in their heart, that tiny detail became unforgettable. Sometimes they even wondered why such an ordinary moment carried such extraordinary meaning. Every time they tried to answer that question, they found themselves remembering you again. Don't skip now. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you, and the next revelation connects everything together. As time continued moving forward, they began noticing unexpected reminders. A familiar place. A familiar sound. A familiar expression on someone else's face. Without warning, those little reminders brought them back to the day your paths first crossed. They never planned these memories. They simply arrived, reminding them that some beginnings leave marks that cannot be erased. Even during busy days, that first meeting quietly appeared in their thoughts for just a moment before disappearing again. Those brief moments became impossible to ignore. Here is what makes this story even more surprising. They eventually realized they remembered far more about that first meeting than they remembered about many events that happened afterward. Think about that for a moment. Life usually causes old memories to fade, yet this one refused to disappear. It remained clear, almost as though it had been carefully protected through time. That realization surprised even them. They finally understood that the memory itself was not what mattered most. It was the feeling connected to that memory that continued living inside their heart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The reason they still remember that day has nothing to do with coincidence alone. Deep inside, they believe that meeting changed the direction of their thoughts in ways they only recognized much later. They may never have admitted this openly, but every important chapter has a beginning, and for them, that beginning was the day they first met you. Even when life became complicated, that single memory quietly reminded them that some encounters arrive for a purpose beyond immediate understanding. As they reflected more deeply, they discovered something unexpected. The person they were on that first day slowly changed after meeting you. Their perspective became different. Their expectations shifted. Their understanding of meaningful connections became clearer. They did not notice these changes immediately, but looking back, they realized that your first meeting became the starting point of a journey they never expected to take. That realization still amazes them today. Don't skip now because the biggest discovery has not been revealed yet. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. In the next part, you will discover the hidden reason this unforgettable memory continues growing stronger instead of fading away, and why they believe that first meeting still carries a message they have never fully understood. A remarkable truth is about to unfold, so don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. There comes a moment when memories stop being simple reflections of the past and begin revealing why they have remained alive for so long. This is that moment. The person who still remembers the day you first met eventually discovered that it was never just about the meeting itself. It was about how unexpectedly different they felt after it. Before that day, life followed a familiar rhythm. After that day, something quietly shifted. They could not explain it, and they certainly could not ignore it. Days turned into months, and every time they looked back at important moments in their journey, that first meeting appeared again, almost like the opening chapter of a story that was still being written. They realized that many of their happiest memories somehow connected back to that beginning. Even when they tried to convince themselves that it was only coincidence, another reminder would appear. A familiar place. A familiar season. A familiar conversation. Each one whispered the same silent question: why does this memory still matter so much? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The answer is closer than you think. One evening, while reflecting on everything that had happened since your paths first crossed, they noticed something extraordinary. They remembered the feeling of that day more clearly than many events that came afterward. Faces from other moments had faded. Conversations had become unclear. Ordinary memories had disappeared. Yet the first moment they met you remained vivid, carrying the same quiet emotion it had always held. That realization surprised them more than anything else. They finally understood that unforgettable memories are not chosen by the mind alone. Sometimes the heart quietly protects what truly matters. Then another discovery arrived. They began asking themselves what made that meeting different from every other introduction they had ever experienced. The answer did not come immediately. It appeared slowly, one realization at a time. They remembered feeling unusually comfortable. They remembered a sense of familiarity that seemed impossible to explain. It felt as though they had known your presence long before that day, even though the meeting itself was completely new. That feeling stayed with them, growing stronger whenever they reflected on the past. Don't skip now. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation may change the way you think about this entire story. As time continued moving forward, they stopped asking why they remembered that first meeting. Instead, they started asking why they had never forgotten it. There is a difference. One question searches for a reason. The other accepts that the memory carries lasting value. That quiet realization changed everything. They no longer viewed that first encounter as an ordinary event. They began seeing it as one of the turning points that helped shape their journey, even if they had not recognized it at the time. There were moments when they smiled unexpectedly because a simple thought brought that day back into their mind. Not because they were living in the past, but because some memories become reminders of hope, growth, and possibility. They discovered that remembering your first meeting gave them a sense of gratitude they could never fully explain. It reminded them that even ordinary days can become unforgettable without any warning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The biggest piece of this story has still not been revealed. What they have not told anyone is this. Every time they remember that first meeting, they quietly wonder if you remember it too. They wonder whether the same small details remained with you. They wonder whether that ordinary day left an extraordinary impression on your heart as well. Those unanswered questions have never completely disappeared. Instead, they have quietly followed them through every season, waiting for the right moment to be understood. And in the next part, the final truth will be revealed. The hidden reason this memory has survived the passage of time, and why they now believe that first meeting was the beginning of something far more meaningful than they ever imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final piece of this journey is here, and you must not skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. Every moment you have listened until now has been leading to this single realization. The reason this person still remembers the day you first met is not because that day was perfect. It is because that day quietly became the beginning of a story that never truly left their heart. Some memories fade because they belong only to the past. Others remain because they continue shaping the future. This memory belongs to the second kind. As they reflected more deeply, they finally understood something that surprised even them. The first meeting did not simply introduce them to another person. It introduced them to a different version of themselves. They became more hopeful. They noticed beauty in ordinary moments. They paid closer attention to the little things that once seemed unimportant. Looking back, they realized those changes all began after your paths crossed. That discovery answered the question they had carried for so long. It was never just about remembering your face. It was about remembering how that moment made them feel. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest revelation is only moments away. There were times when they tried to convince themselves that they had imagined the importance of that first meeting. Yet every attempt to move beyond it brought them back to the same conclusion. Truly meaningful moments do not ask for permission to stay in your memory. They simply remain. They return without invitation, quietly reminding you that some encounters leave a mark that time cannot erase. The more they accepted this truth, the more peaceful they became. Instead of wondering why they remembered you, they became thankful that they did. Then came the realization that changed everything. They understood that if one ordinary meeting could remain alive for so long, perhaps it was never ordinary at all. Perhaps its greatest purpose was not revealed on that first day. Perhaps its meaning was designed to unfold slowly, one chapter at a time. That thought filled them with quiet hope. They stopped seeing the past as something finished and began seeing it as the foundation of a story still unfolding. Don't skip now. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. You have come too far to miss the final truth. The greatest surprise is not that they remember your first meeting. The greatest surprise is that every time they remember it, they discover something new they had never noticed before. A forgotten expression. A small act of kindness. A peaceful feeling. A quiet smile. These details continue appearing in their heart as though the memory itself is still alive, gently revealing new meaning each time it returns. Very few memories have that kind of lasting power. And now comes the final thought. If a single ordinary day can remain unforgettable through changing seasons, countless experiences, and the passing of time, then perhaps the value of that day was never measured by what happened in the moment. Perhaps it was measured by the lasting impact it created. Some beginnings whisper instead of shouting. Some connections grow stronger in memory rather than fading away. Some stories begin so quietly that their importance is only understood much later. So if this message found you today, let it remind you of one simple truth: never underestimate the power of a single meeting. What seems ordinary today may become tomorrow's unforgettable memory. What feels like a simple beginning may one day be remembered as the moment everything quietly started to change. Don't skip this final thought. Stay till the end. Something huge was waiting for you all along. And it was the realization that the most meaningful chapters of life often begin with one unforgettable first meeting that continues to live in someone's heart, even after all this time. A hidden layer of this story is only now beginning to reveal itself, so don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. Most people believe unforgettable memories remain because something extraordinary happened. But sometimes the greatest mystery is that nothing dramatic happened at all. It was simply one meeting, one conversation, one ordinary day that quietly refused to leave someone's heart. That is exactly what happened here. The person who remembers the day they first met you has come to realize that the memory has grown more valuable with time instead of becoming weaker. Every passing season has added another layer of meaning to something they once thought was just another chapter of life. Think about this carefully. Out of thousands of ordinary moments, why would one memory continue returning without invitation? Why would one first meeting remain brighter than countless events that happened afterward? They asked themselves these same questions many times. At first they searched for logical answers, but logic never completely explained it. Eventually they stopped searching for reasons and simply accepted one quiet truth. Some moments are remembered because they change us in ways we do not recognize until much later. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation may surprise you more than anything you have heard so far. There were days when they unexpectedly smiled because something small reminded them of that first meeting. It could have been a familiar voice, a peaceful afternoon, a certain season, or even a simple sentence spoken by someone else. Without warning, their thoughts traveled back to the beginning. They never forced those memories to appear. They simply arrived on their own, as though they had been patiently waiting for the right moment. Every return reminded them that some connections continue growing quietly even when life moves in different directions. Then something remarkable happened. Instead of remembering only what they saw that day, they began remembering how hopeful they felt afterward. They realized that the memory had become more than a picture from the past. It had become a reminder that meaningful moments often arrive without announcing themselves. Looking back, they understood that if they had known how important that day would become, they would have paid even closer attention to every second. But perhaps that is the beauty of unforgettable beginnings. They reveal their importance only after time has done its work. Don't skip now. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. You are closer than ever to the heart of this story. One realization changed everything. They understood that remembering your first meeting was never a habit. It was gratitude. Gratitude for a moment that quietly brought new perspective into their life. Gratitude for discovering that even ordinary encounters can leave extraordinary impressions. Gratitude for learning that some people enter our story without making noise, yet somehow become impossible to forget. That understanding filled them with peace instead of questions. As they reflected on everything that had happened since that first day, they noticed one final pattern. Every important decision, every lesson, every season of personal growth somehow traced back to the confidence and hope that quietly began after your paths first crossed. Whether they fully understood it or not, that meeting became a turning point. Not because everything changed overnight, but because something inside them began changing little by little. Those quiet changes became the foundation for everything that followed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. In the next part, the story reaches its most emotional chapter. The final hidden meaning behind that unforgettable first meeting will come into focus, revealing why some beginnings are remembered for a lifetime and why certain memories never stop growing stronger, no matter how much time passes. An extraordinary realization is about to come into focus, so don't skip. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. Every chapter of this journey has been leading to one quiet truth that this person only recently understood. They no longer remember the day you first met because they are holding on to the past. They remember it because that single moment continues to give them hope for the future. That is what makes this memory so different from every other memory they carry. It has never become smaller with time. Instead, it has become clearer, richer, and more meaningful. There were moments when they believed the memory would eventually fade like so many others. They thought time would quietly erase the details and replace them with newer experiences. But something unexpected happened. The opposite became true. The longer life moved forward, the more they appreciated what that first meeting represented. They began seeing it as the beginning of a chapter they had not fully understood while they were living it. Looking back gave them a perspective they never had before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next discovery may be the most surprising one yet. One day, while reflecting on all the people they had met throughout the years, they realized that very few memories carried the same warmth as that first meeting with you. They could remember names, places, and conversations with many people, but those memories felt ordinary. Yours felt different. It carried emotion. It carried peace. It carried a quiet sense that something meaningful had happened without either of you fully realizing it. That realization stopped them for a moment because it answered a question they had carried for so long. Then another thought appeared. What if unforgettable moments are not meant to explain themselves immediately? What if their purpose is revealed only after enough time has passed? That possibility changed everything. They stopped searching for dramatic explanations and started appreciating the quiet beauty of a memory that had remained faithful through every season of life. They understood that some beginnings do not need extraordinary events to become extraordinary memories. They only need sincerity, kindness, and a feeling that quietly settles into the heart. Don't skip now. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. The most emotional part of this message is still ahead. As they reflected even more deeply, they realized something they had never admitted before. Every time life became uncertain, the memory of that first meeting reminded them that beautiful moments often arrive unexpectedly. It reminded them not to lose hope. It reminded them that one simple encounter can leave a lifelong impression. That memory became a quiet source of encouragement whenever they needed perspective. They never expected a single ordinary day to have such lasting influence, yet it continued offering comfort in ways they could never have predicted. Then came the greatest surprise of all. They understood that the reason they still remember your first meeting has very little to do with the past itself. It has everything to do with the person they became afterward. That day marked the beginning of new confidence, new gratitude, and a deeper appreciation for meaningful connections. The memory became a reminder that life's greatest gifts often arrive without announcement. That understanding transformed the way they looked at every new beginning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final chapter is almost here, and it will bring together every hidden clue, every quiet realization, and every unforgettable moment from this story. The last part will reveal why this first meeting has remained so powerful through the years and why its true meaning may only now be reaching its fullest expression.